Hello guys, it's me Ariel with Magical Arts, and today's video will be part 4 and the final part of the ultimate haunted house build inspired by Hell of a Boss and Hasbin Hotel, which means that not everything looks like a building from there, but it's inspired by it. Um, but yeah, in today's video I'm going to show you the final part of the build. Just one thing, just before saying the video, continuing the video. Not everything on this build, like the elements, will look just like the drawing time lapse that I did in September. Just a little reminder, because there are some stuff that you can do in 3D, and also I decided to remove some elements because I thought it would be too much for a build like this, and I want you to see more the building than the other elements that are around. And I thought that making simple spooky designs on the build would be actually cool. So in this final part, I'm going to show you how to do all the elements. Well, there are some that actually have done off camera because the angles will be kind of weird to see on videos, so that's why I did them off camera. But if you guys want to see tutorials of how to do certain elements of the build that haven't recorded, you can comment down below, and I'll show in simple short of how to do a little bit of the elements. I think it's just one that I did not record, and I also did not record gluing the elements on the build because yeah, that would be a weird angle too. But anyways, you guys don't have to see everything. But if you guys want a tutorial of a certain element that I did that you guys will see it at the end what I mean, you can comment down below. I'll do a simple short during November of how to do in certain element. That will be easy to do. But yeah, this is the final part, which means that it's the end of doing the whole haunted house build. It's kind of a journey for me, a 1 week journey to be honest, in August. But yeah, and yes, this house build is done in August, and you guys see the videos on October. Yep, I'm saving some time. But anyways, just one final word before beginning officially the video. Just want to say this was a very great build, and it is very out of the box. I haven't done anything like that before, but yes, I have done a castle, but it wasn't fully planned, so the outcome wasn't as perfect as the one you will see at the end. Also, I'm not showing the build because I want it as a surprise at the end, and the outro too. In the outro, will show the build. So all of that said, let's begin the doing the elements, and let's finally finish this build. Bye guys. So we're officially at the end of the official build of the haunted house. Let me say this was like one heck of a journey, just to say. Um, this project I actually followed it at the end of June, beginning of July, but the official building plan I actually did 2 weeks before the project began, and no, yeah, it was like 2 weeks I did this. The first other week it was to actually have the materials, and the second week, which was 1 week before the official building plan, oh, so sorry, 1 week before doing the haunted house build, I did the official building plan, which was the video that you guys actually saw at the first part of the build, the presentation board. That's what I did 1 week before, and I also did a drawing to kind of have sort of a plan, what it was like a drawing for Halloween at the same time. But anyways, this was one heck of a build, and this one was one of my first quote-unquote perfect plan art, because my other ones really weren't planned, but the one I'm talking about is a castle, because I did a castle before, but I haven't recorded it and I haven't posted on Pinterest, because yes, the plan was good, but the outcome wasn't too good because it wasn't fully planned. It's like the house build. You guys haven't seen it yet, and I promised you guys to actually present to you in the outro. But let's talk a little bit about the build before actually heading to there. So yeah, this was planned a long time ago, and doing 1 week, one full week to actually do this stuff. If I remove 2 days, no, not 2 days, but actually 1 day, it will be like 5 days. I don't remember if it was 2 days or 1 day break. I know that I did 1 day break, but I don't know if I did two. But I think it was just one, because the well, yeah, it was 1 or 2. I don't remember. But I did a break during this because while doing the break, it was actually a part where papier mache had to dry. I did 1 day break because the full thing was dry, but it was a little part that was still not dry. So I decided to have 1 day break to make sure it was fully dried before actually painting on top. Because paint mixing to glue is not a good mix. Not the final result. So that's why I waited it to fully dry. But anyways, that's it for talking a little bit about the build, because I wanted to kind of give you a sort of where this comes from. This idea, it was when I did my list of ideas doing Halloween decorations. I had this one in mind, just saying. And I haven't thought I will be inspired by Halloween Boss and Husband at this point. But when I actually decided to make the Everest Bonanza project, I decided that this castle will be inspired by this. By the two shows. And now the moment that you have been waiting for is how this castle looks like. So roll the drums. It kind of out of the computer at the same time. Anyways, here it is. Let me just back up so that you guys can see it. Here it is. How do you guys think of it? And yes, off camera, I don't know if I showed it, but those windows, it was in pastels at first, but then I decided to cut a piece of yellow paper and put on top into the design. But anyways, and the cones that you see over here, those weren't filmed. So this weren't recorded. So you guys want to see a tutorial of how to do a cone, in the comments below I could show you a short video of how to do it. But anyways, those horns you guys actually saw the tutorial but haven't seen or included on top. And yes, there's a lot of references to my drawing, but it isn't fully like the drawing. Like you see over here, it was supposed to be 2 windows, As you can see, they're really big windows. And I haven't measured them, so it ended up being just 2 windows and having a small door. Although I'm having a small door. And the eye is very different too. There aren't a lot of purple, just purple over here. Yellow is like the windows, and red to kind of fit everything in. And I did a little bit of black details. If you come close, you actually see a little bit of the black details. But yeah, and you see the textures I wanted to do with the pastels on top to kind of look old and like a very old building. And if you want to see the crystal windows, there's one over here. There's 2 other ones in the back. They're not equal, but nah. And one over here. The reason why I decided to glue them like that is because if I glue them all into the front side, you guys wouldn't see them a lot with the horns. That's why I did 2 on the sides and 2 on the back. Because anyways, in a house build, sometimes you have windows on the back of the build, which is very accurate to a build, so that's why I decided to do that. And also on the towers, that's like it was planned. And as you can see, they aren't on the top part over here, and the reason is the exact same reason as to why I didn't do it in the front, is because you guys wouldn't see it a lot. But now talking about the cones, I actually did my own version of how to do a cone. It is simple. You do a circle, you cut a triangle, and you try to put them on together. Anyways, it's probably gonna be a tutorial, so that doesn't really matter. But anyways, those are the cones that I did. And the platform is green, and the platform in the drawing is actually kind of a red purple, but I tried to make it green to make it kind of accurate to Earth. Because this is inspired by the show, but it ain't exactly a boss in a tall building, because it is also for Halloween, so I need to put Halloween colors on it, But yeah. And I decided to keep it simple like that. A simple design. I didn't want to overboard it and looking like more like a trash art than a actual art. Yeah. But anyways, I hope that you guys like this video, and if you did, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of the builds like that in the future, at the end of 2025 and the beginning of 2026, and even more. But anyways, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see no more videos. Comment down below about what you think of this video. Share this video with anyone you want them to see how to do the elements of a house build. And also, all of the builds that you see here are in the playlist Highlight First Bonanza, so you can check the other parts as well. I think I said it all. Oh yeah, and smash the like button if you guys like this video. So all of that said, see you all to the next video. And all of that said, if this isn't a video on Halloween, then I'm gonna say in advance, Happy Halloween. Alright, so bye guys, and thanks for watching.